Welcome to the Over Synth Hotel. Now I know what you might be thinking. Another synthesizer? Surely, this one cannot be the best. But, let me tell you a little bit about it. The Vongon Replay is, in fact, the greatest synthesizer ever made. And today, at Over Synth Hotel, we're gonna tell you all about it. Without further ado, let's start the show. All right, baby, we're back. You know how we do it. This is the greatest synth show on the internet, and today we got the greatest synthesizer ever made. Because on the Shilling, baby, they're all great. They're greater than the last. They're greater than the one coming. Because today, the Vongon Replay is the best synthesizer you're ever gonna see. What Vangan did is they went and got 3 absolute legendary musicians. They got a harpist, they got a modular beauty, and they got one of the greatest guitar legends of all time, and we're going to check out a little bit of each of them. But before we do that, let's have a quick look at what the Vangan offers us, shall we? Now, right here, the Vangan, a polyphonic synthesizer, multi-mode arpeggiator. You might say to yourself, Samurai, come on, this can't be the best synthesizer ever made. I say, wait a second, let me tell you a little more. A polyphonic synthesizer with a multi-mode arpeggiator, inspired by the Roland Juno and the Korg Poly 6. Now, if you know anything about the Roland Juno, probably the most iconic synthesizer of all time, and the Korg Poly 6, another greatest synthesizer of all time, because they're all the greatest on the Shilling, baby. So let's roll down the early 1980s. Now look at the design on this. You might think, is this a keyboard from a Commodore 64? No, it's not. It's actually a synthesizer. And you might say, Samurai, there's nothing on there to show me how to use it. I say, I beg to differ. It's just in a really, really faint white that you can't quite see unless you get super close. But more about that later. Now, we go right down here, because all we really want to know is what are the features of this thing. 6-voice, polyphonic, subtractive style synthesizer, monochrome aluminum housing, none of that plastic. We're not using plastic here. Aluminum, baby. The greatest metal ever made. Aluminium, as my mates in the UK say. 22 dedicated sound controls, 4 oscillator waveforms, 7. You heard me? 7 oscillator waveforms, 2.5 octave genuine cherry MX keys. And there's a cool thing I'll show you in a little bit. These keys got the clickety-clack for all those ASMR people out there, but they did a cool thing. They're gonna allow you to take those keys off and replace them with a little softer touch, which I'll also show you in a quick second. Now, we won't get into the specs, but let's just look through the pictures real quick. This is a little beauty. When it comes to design, this might be the greatest design of all time. I think the EP.1 had the record for the greatest, but today, this is the greatest synthesizer of all time. Now, let's go check out some quick little videos. Here we got Mark Johnson. His video is titled, Why I Am Obsessed with the Vangan Replay. Here's why he's obsessed with it. Because he can run it through his pedals. And that's when we really get the magic. Now, don't worry about the clickety-clack, because like I told you, you can replace those clickety-clack keys. So you don't want to be playing this with your microphone on. I didn't say this is the greatest synth of all time with your microphone on. It's the greatest synth of all time with your microphone off. Unless you like the clicks. Which I love the clicks. All right, so that's Mark. I'm going to throw the whole video down there. You can go check out Mark's. Great channel, awesome channel. Any guitar pedal comes out, I usually go check it out because I like playing guitar, using guitar pedals on my synthesizers. Now, if we jump over here, we got Sarabella, what's her full name? Sarabella Reed, a legend in the synth world, modular. And let's just listen to a quick little musical demo where she's got it running through the two Vangan pedals, the polyphrase and the ultra shear, which are amazing, amazing guitar pedals. I might even say they're the two greatest guitar pedals ever made. And in fact, they're the two greatest guitar pedals you can ever use on a synthesizer. I told you. I told you. Now, I know it looks like you can't see anything, but there's words on there. I promise you. And it's in the greatest font of all time as well. They chose the greatest font of all time for the greatest synthesizer of all time as well. So you get the idea. This thing sounds absolutely fantastic, especially through the two Vangan pedals. Let's jump over here again. We got Emily Hopkins, a legendary harpist. Check out her channel. I'll like it right now. And let's see her. She's going to explain to us real quick what you can do with these clickety-clackety keys.
The keys can get because they're mechanical keyboard switches. I went out and bought silent switches, and I'm going to replace the...
So you can buy these silent switches. Now, it's the greatest synth of all time, but it doesn't come with the silent switches. You got to get that on your own.
Keys to see how quiet we can make it. This was the first time we did something like this, and it took maybe 30 minutes.
We don't got 30 minutes, baby.
But I just have to say that the keys weren't 100.
Here we go. Original. Click, click, click.
Then I'll press with moderate force.
Click, click, click.
Then I'll press with a lot of force.
Okay.
Imagine you have headphones.
Click, 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 clack, clack. We get the idea. Now, let's jump over here to our boy Ora Legendary. Probably one of the greatest synth influencers of all time. As are all these. They're all the greatest of all time, and this is the greatest synth of all time. Let's check it out.
So, after I press, I have...
Sounds like a Juno to me. I couldn't tell the difference. I really can't tell the difference.
To the square.
Square wave. Oh, Ora's got a beard. Who's got the better beard? The Samurai or Ora?
LFO modulation too.
Let's do it.
Bring the resonance a little up.
All right, so I'll throw all these guys' videos down in the comments. But if we jump over real quick, we can check out This is Vangan Story. Vangan was founded in 2020 in Oakland, California, by Ryan McGill. This small effect pedal company combines unique retro beauty with high quality modern tech. A custom enclosure lends a vintage vibe that melds perfectly with our iconic inspired original circuits. Now, I have to tell you, you can watch these videos on your own. Here's the replay video. You can watch the polyphrase, and you can watch the ultra shear, stereo pitch effect, vibrato, stereo echo. These pedals are nuts. Let's watch this actually, see what this says. This is our actual video. Cool promo. It's a little window in the synth heaven. Almost like the window in the hotel back there. Eight-minute video, you get the idea. We don't got time for that. But just so you know, this is the greatest synthesizer of all time for today. And tomorrow, there might be an even greater one. So thank you for showing up at the Synth Hotel, where all the synthesizers are the greatest synthesizers. Not only are they the greatest, they're the greatest of all time. And the beauty of the Shilling is, tomorrow there will be an even greater one than today. So thank you for joining me. And you have a wonderful Friday night. From the Synth Samurai, goodbye.